Hey, blessings, everybody. There's some things that I want to bring to your attention. Maybe you're seeing, maybe you're not. Some things that are coming and some things that are here now. But I don't want anybody left in the dark. But those who are paying attention to God, I'm more than sure that He has already shown you things and a lot of these things. And maybe there's things to the puzzle piece of the world that you're not quite figuring out, or maybe you are, but you're just not quite having the understanding of where the times are going and where it's headed and where we're at and what's going on in the world and things around us. But I want to start off by saying, I went to the airport recently. This is not in all airports in America, or around the world, but this specific one had a biometric system. And I already seen this coming months ago, where you slide your card in, it scans your face, gives you a green light whether you can go. Now, I want you to understand this for a minute. We're going to an era where we have digital IDs, digital pay, digital everything. You're having QR codes for your flights. I don't like using that. I never have. I go to paper. That's just me. I go to the old card. If I use a card, whatever. But these things, the time is coming. I want to show you where it's going. There's things like BRICS pay coming up, BRICS. I want you to understand that for a minute. I'm not going to do anything special this video, but BRICS pay is something that is trying to curtail the US dollar and its dominance in the world. And what they're doing is the bank system is in Shanghai. You're having all these major banking systems like Brazil and China and Russia and India. And, other people are starting to join, like Russia, Iran. All these different people are combining together in all these poor nations to where they're joining in and helping them out with building up their infrastructure, but keeping them a slave to the bank. And they're showing them a better system, of financial system, where they can make more money and it will better the country as a whole. Now, we're trying to figure out what are you trying to say? Where are we going? I'm trying to say that BRICS pay is trying to take dominance over the US dollar by helping these other poor countries and build them up by enslaving them. And what I want you to understand is BRICS pay is going digital. I want you to understand this. BRICS pay is starting to overthrow the US dollar. It will, despite what some people like Dave Ramsey is saying, that the US dollar will never be overthrown. Yes, it will. It will come to where the US will drop down. You're like, that's not possible. Just pay attention to where I'm going with this. Now, there is a system called digital IDs, which was also brought in by Bill Gates. He had a system plan where he also had quantum dot technology, which is coming. It's a patented technology through vaccines. It is going to be patches in your arm. It's going to come in a future pandemic. I'm going to tell you this right now. It's going to come in a future pandemic. This one that just came with the coronavirus is just a small taste to test who will do it and who will not. Now, is it the mark? I'm not saying it is. But what I'm saying is a mark is coming that is going to be used by quantum computers, CRISPR, which these recent vaccines a lot of them were used by CRISPR, but there's over 24 different vaccines, if not more, around the world. There's not just one mark. Now, I want you to understand this very clearly. We have a system that is going to use quantum computers. If you don't know what that is, the biggest one is through IBM. They were also through Nazi testing and funded a lot of that back in the day. And if you don't know anything about that, we have brought the Nazis, instead of getting rid of them, we brought them into medicine, we brought them into engineering, we brought them into biomedical and fields, and even into nuclear weapons and military. And we have used these people that are Nazis in our government in America, which is now bringing up a new system. Now, let's go back to IBM for a minute. IBM has come up with quantum computers. What are these quantum computers, you may ask? They have come up with a physics and a certain coding to figure out things that are light years and light years ahead of us, that no human would be able to figure out. You combine that with AI technology, and you got a super weapon. Nobody's controlling these things, but you have AI, artificial technology, and you use that with blockchain, which is starting to come in a system that is combining all our medical records, all our vaccinations, all our documents, our payment systems, our banking, and it's going to offer you freedom of financial independence. It's going to offer you security. It's going to offer you freedom. And these are the words that they're going to use to people that are naive to the system that is coming up. And everybody's going to, through these digital IDs, are going to have, through blockchain, are going to have a QR code. You're like, wait a second, what a QR code? You see these QR codes popping up on all these packages. You see them popping up on like their data matrix codes, their QR codes, and their NFC codes and used with soft card. Now, these things are going to merge into blockchain. They're going to be ruled by artificial technology. Quantum computers are going to figure out everything in the world that humans could not figure out, and it's going to be used as a weapon. It's going to become a god itself. I want you to understand this. What's going to happen is all these QR codes that you're seeing all over the place is going to be linked to a system through the smart technology, which you're holding on your phone, and everybody's going to have a digital ID that's going to connect through the blockchain system and artificial technology. You're going to be tracked throughout the whole entire world. Everything that you scan, they're going to get information from you. So let's just say you're in the middle of a store and you scan a display in the middle of the store. Guess what? They're tracking what you're doing. And also the biometrics in the store, and what it's doing is connecting to that your digital ID that is in your phone that you used it for Apple Pay and Google Pay, Android Pay, whatever pay you're using that's digital, and scanning. And it's going to connect with that digital ID, a type of marker that knows everything about you, everything that you search on your phone, every place that you go, all your travel history, all your buying trends, artificial technology, artificial AI technology. You'll be able to figure out what you're going to do next. With quantum computers in the mix, it's going to be able to figure out trends with all societies and everybody that is not going with the flow, if you will. Now, I want you to understand this. Why is it that there's a document with Homeland Security that lists vaccines in the same category as Homeland Security, as a terroristic threat, as a national threat to security? Now, imagine for a minute, the next pandemic comes. I want you to understand how many people were telling you to put on a mask, okay? I want you to understand this. The next one that comes is not going away. It's going to be here. In order to buy or sell, you will have to get this vax. I'm not saying it's... Actually, I am. I want you to understand that the next one coming is going to be mandatory for you to buy and sell. Right now, there's things going through like you're having CBDCs, central banking digital currencies, that's being tested in every single government that is backed by blockchain. Those like incredible systems like Ethereum. There's a lot of others out there like Solana and Avalanche and many others where they're building on these platforms. It's called Web3 technology. Web3 technology is connected with digital IDs, and digital IDs are going to promise you privacy and security. Is it really? Think about how many hacks are happening. 23andMe was hacked, where your DNA is now online or in the hands of some people's information. Some people's private information is now in somebody we don't know their hands that can be used for something else. Now, people getting all these DNA tests, guess what? Now you're being hacked. People's credit card informations are being hacked through grocery stores and banking systems, and all this different information is being leaked online. But what's going to come about? Blockchain and Web3 technology, I'm telling you, is a engineering phenomenon that is beyond our time. And then when you combine that with artificial technology and quantum computers, you're going to have something that's going to be unhackable, untraceable, and it's going to be unpenetrable. And people are, there's no way out of it, I'm telling you, unless you bow down to the system and worship the money and consumerism and the business and everything that you possess. Now, I want you to understand where this is going. We're going back to that tracing what you're doing, everything that you're doing. It's going to know all your interests, and they're going to market to you to keep you in a consumerist mentality. So if you are interested in something, let's say a pair of pants, and you don't end up buying it, it's going to know what you're interested in and start sending you marketing technology, marketing things to your phone, to your emails. It's going to send it to your house, wherever it is. And these are the technology it's going. There's things called the Internet of Bodies, which is going to be all your medical information connected to a blockchain network. There's something called the Internet of Things, which is everything that we see. Your cars, your houses, your electric, your water, your phones. Everything that we see will be connected to this Internet of Things through blockchain technology that's going to be ruled by artificial technology. I want you to see where that's going. People are already turning to artificial technology to get all the answers, to solve all the answers that they have in life. It's becoming like a god. It's becoming like an 8-ball. It's becoming like a psychic to try to figure out things like about the future, about their life, that they cannot figure out otherwise. And guess what? When it gets into the hands of these very bad people in the world that are trying to control the whole entire global system, it's already going to happen. I'm just saying that right now. So what's going to happen is they're going to bring down the system. That's why in America, you're having the border issues go on. They're going to bring down the system with the financial system of America, which is going to weaken the whole entire world to bring BRICS up, to rise up, to bring a equalizer into the global system. Everybody's going to get a piece of pie, if you will. But what they're going to advertise to a lot of people that are naive is those that are making low wages, those that aren't getting paid. The corporations are obviously profiting a lot off of everybody and not paying the wages they should. The CEOs and the investors are making insane, record-breaking profits even through the pandemic. Now, I want you to understand this. This is what they're advertising to the people so that they will start accepting a new system that is like, oh, wait, I get higher pay, I get equal pay, I get better wages, this and that. That's what's going to offer you a better life, better pay, a better system. That's what's coming. Oh, I want you to understand something. When you're using CRISPR, which was used for the mRNA vaccines, I want you to understand something. There's something that the government is saying on the Homeland Security documents. It's actually on their documents to reduce national terrorism and vax hesitancy, to get people to do it. So imagine if people, let's say, going back to the pandemic originally, the first one with COVID, how many people started like mandating you to wear a mask? So angry at it. People were angry because they couldn't go to their jobs or go do the things of entertainment that they like to do and go shopping, and these things were holding them back for their freedom. Now imagine when people have their civil liberties taken away, or they believe something is a health risk, or somebody, they're going to go to war against you. It's going to happen. Now I want you to understand, when we have Whole Foods technology where you swipe your hand, okay, you swipe your hand and it pays for it. It's biometrics. It's the same thing that's in the airports. A future time is coming, like quantum dot technology, which is basically giving you ink under your skin to where these systems will be able to scan like a QR code to see if you are vaccinated. Does that make sense? So imagine a system in the airports that comes up by biometrics to see if you have that quantum dot technology that's in your eyes. Or you see what I'm saying? Or if you're those that's connected to the digital ID through a QR code or whatever it might be, they've already tested like invisible QR codes, things like that, which is pretty much these quantum dot technology. That's a digital record that scans it, just like the biometrics that's being tested in Whole Foods where you scan your hand and you pay. That's connected to your phone, right? A payment system. And it's basically biometrics that's reading your hands. There's biometrics for DNA and all kinds of different things. And that's a system that's going to rise up. And now when you're using vaccines with CRISPR technology, which DARPA had plans to chemically change people's minds through vaccines by CRISPR technology. Now, I want you to understand this. The next one that's coming will be used by AI technology, which is already figuring out kinds of medicines and biochemical technologies and even bioengineering medicines and different things like that. Biophysics. It's AI is figuring out so many things. Then use that, combine that with quantum computers, and guess what? You have a super weapon. So the next one that's coming will completely change the human being as we know it. Now, we have systems like Starlink, and I know I'm going all over the place here, but we have Space Mobile and Blue Origins racing to get satellites in the sky. These are all going to be connected to all these technologies, and even using things like Scandit, SCANDIT. These technologies will all be combined together, and it will create a system as we know it, a total global enslavement system. So whatever they're advertising you in the world is merging to that direction, to a one world order, global enslavement, and it's coming to the mark of the beast. I'm telling you, it's coming. And my videos are already being taken down. I guarantee you this one will be flagged in the future. It will come very soon. So take what you want and leave the rest. So pray about things. Don't take everything I'm saying by heart. But if you want to, do your research, pray about it, and allow God to show you. Shalom and God bless you. Also, for those that are saying that, well, the COVID vaccine is the mark of the beast, let me tell you something. There's people still being saved who have God. And you're like, how is that possible? They are being saved. The Spirit is entering these people and changing them. Yes, I was suspicious myself, but what is coming is the true one. So be prepared. Shalom. God bless everyone.